Bradley. This is usually the point where brides talk about how they've dreamt of this day since they were little girls, but I was never one of those girls. Not because I didn't see the beautiful examples of marriage and partnership, because I wasn't sure love like this would ever find me. But then you came along, and in just a couple of short years, you erased every single one of those fears.
The milk to my honey. She's the most loyal and caring friend, someone who cares so deeply for the people lucky enough to be in her circle. And while she's drop-dead gorgeous, that's actually the least interesting thing about her. She's fierce, incredibly smart, strong, and so loyal. She holds so many roles: she's a daughter, a sister, a friend, colleague, and more recently, my occasional therapist and life coach. She takes so much on and asks little in return. So naturally, we must protect this girl at all costs.
Angela, this week you're worried about the weather, but it's the weather that should be worried about you. Even on the sunniest, clearest day, you steal the show. If the sun doesn't show its face today, know that it's just jealous and didn't want to be upstaged at the party. As we experience what I'm sure will be an incredible day, I can't help but think of the simple, everyday moments that remind me why I love you and why I believe in us. When I come home and hear your voice from the next room, is that my duty? I can't help but smile, and when I turn the corner to see you, I think to myself, man, she really is as beautiful as I remembered.
During our friendship, we swapped countless stories of bad dates and relationships that didn't work out, but I always knew the day would come when Angela would find her person, and I knew whoever that guy was, he would be so, so lucky. And then one day during one of our, normal routine catch-ups, Angela said with a smitten smile, "So, I've kind of been seeing someone." She was bashful, glowing, and I could just tell this just wasn't any guy.
You're a handsome guy. And I think that's just gonna help. I think, yeah. You are both capable of being present for the serious things and are someone who is tremendously silly, playful, and fun. In all honesty, Brad, you have tremendous character, and I know that there are a handful of people in this room who can vouch for having the experience of running into someone who knows you, and their reaction is, Brad? That guy's the best guy ever.
When you walk into a room, you bring such an undeniable light, and people can't help but love you, and that's exactly what happened to me. You're the most fun-loving, given person I know, pouring out your time, your heart, and your attention, not only to me, but to everyone you care about. And with you, my most vulnerable, imperfect, chaotic self is not only accepted, but embraced and loved fully. You make me want to be a better person in every single way. And at the same time, you're also my home, my place of solace.
Brad was performing with some of his friends. They were, doing some live music, just, at the brewery. And naturally, I jumped at the opportunity to meet the guy who was making my best friend blush like a little schoolgirl. The moment Brad came over during a band break, he had that big, genuine smile, the one that we all know, right? He was kind, he was sweet, and the way he looked at Angela, you could just see the admiration in his eyes. In that moment, I knew that was something special.
Bradley shares a part of himself through his music. After speaking with many of you at the rehearsal dinner last night, it's clear that his ability to connect reaches far beyond his students. His life has been a symphony of sound, vibrant, dynamic, full of color. This man carries such joy with him. My wife and I, and along with many of you, I'm guessing, started praying that he would find just the right person. Because I thought, here's this incredible young man, and he needs an incredible young woman. And I'm so happy, Angela, that you two found each other.
When we first started dating, I knew I had to hold myself to a higher standard. I wanted to work harder, plan more effectively, grow stronger, and get smarter. You motivated me like no one else, like nothing else, to become a better man every day. I think I knew that you would be my wife, which meant that I needed to become a husband. From our storybook house to our elegant wedding to what will someday be our beautiful children, we are a match made in heaven, and we are being blessed in real time with a beautiful life.
Knowing the love you already pour into me gives me so much joy because I can only imagine the love our future children will one day receive from you. And there is not a doubt in my mind that they will have the most incredible father, a man who loves us fearlessly, selflessly, and tenderly as you do. Brad, you don't just support my dreams. You encourage them. You make me believe in them even more. I know that no matter what path I choose, you'll be there rooting me on and doing all you can to make my dreams come true. And I vow to do the very same for you.
As your husband, I see it as my duty to protect you, to love you, to support you, and to stand by your side. I promise to do all those things until the day that I die. But before that, I see it as my duty to escort you into your new chapter, our new chapter, the good times. The years where everything just worked out. The times when everything came together so beautifully and perfectly, it made you certain that it was meant to be that way.
I love you. I know I say it often, because one of the greatest lessons I've learned is that tomorrow is never promised. So when I tell you I love you, before we hang up the phone, before we close our eyes at night, or before either of us walks out the door, please know that I mean it with my whole heart every single time. And I vow that those will always be the first words you hear from me, and I promise, God willing, they will also be the last.
I love you and cherish you. I give my whole heart to you. And I am beyond honored to have you as my wife.
My prayer for the both of you is no matter what happens, you will always make a conscious effort to pause, tune, and keep playing. I pray that your harmonies and melodies would always complement one another and that your song will have no end. Bradley and Angela, by the authority vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This is the same week. Angela and Brad, you guys are getting married the same week. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love Taylor Swift, but let's be real. Angela and Brad, this is the greatest love story of the year. So, you know, take another moment, but this is your moment.
Give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Bradley and Angela Goff.
Angela, we are so excited to have you join this family. I can't imagine a more perfect person for Brad. You are so smart, kind, thoughtful, good-humored. Something about you just makes people feel calm. Brad, it is clear to me seeing you, your health, your nervous system, your joy, your enduring enthusiasm about the future, and the love in which you consistently talk about Angela, that she is undoubtedly the right person for you. I have never seen you so happy and so sure about anybody.
There's this word, it's a Danish word that I learned when I was traveling in Copenhagen a few years ago. It's one of my favorite words. It's pronounced hyggeligt. It's one of those foreign words, you know, it doesn't have a direct English translation, but basically it describes a state of coziness, warmth, you know, when you're around a campfire with the people you love. It's just that state of bliss and content. And the best way to describe the time that I've spent with Angela and Brad is exactly that, hyggeligt. I've never felt like a third wheel with you guys, and you've just always made me feel comfortable, happy, and always a welcome part of your journey. And as it turns out, that joy and that journey was leading to something bigger, because one day, Brad, you called me up and you said, I'm planning on proposing to Angela. I instantly had tears of joy because I knew how perfect you were for each other, and you balanced each other out. Your love is pure, patient, sweet, and real. And now we're all here today celebrating the most important milestone of all. Here's to Angela and Brad, wishing you a lifetime of happiness, laughter, love, and infinite moments of hyggeligt.